Hey man, so this is Kranium, and right now you're locked into VIPER magazine. Being a dancehall artist means the world to me because this is something that I take serious. It's my job, and this is something that I actually love from the bottom of my heart. And I mean, I'm very passionate about dancehall music as a whole. And culturally, I just feel like it's my job to make sure that I contribute as much as possible as I can with the platform that I have and the representation of my music that reflect the culture and a whole. Yeah.
Yeah. We have to do it often. Make you feel your dream, one man in your bum bum. I know me.
Challenges are always a thing that happen on a daily basis in music and just on a creative spectrum on a whole. I feel like there is things and goals that you have that takes a lot of what do you call it, like a lot of bumps in the road, and to overcome it, everybody deal with it different way. For me, I feel like it's more of taking a step back, look at the drawing board, and go back to it and see how I can approach it differently, and just do something that I haven't done before. And I feel like every time that I've done that, it works perfectly for me.
We do what we have for nobody now notice the flow, right? The feeling she like being deceiving.
So growing up in Montego Bay, just that it gives me the understanding of the daily lifestyle of being a Jamaican kid, you know what I mean? That especially my life was pretty simple. I wake up in the morning and I go to school and I come home, and on Sundays I grew up with my grandmother, so she's always in church. Then migrating to New York City at a young age, that taught me how to be more open to other cultures. You know what I mean? I feel like that was one of the biggest shocker for me. It was just moving from Jamaica and being around Haitians and Jamaicans and Africans and people from Martinique, the whole Caribbean island. And it shaped my sound because not only I get to understood the formation and the movement of just my culture, I get to understand different people's culture. So when I intertwine the Jamaican style in me plus my environment of being around the American kids and everybody else, as I say, it gives me a clear understanding of how I need to sound to be different and to be influential with my surrounding. You know what I mean? So I captivate everybody around me with just how I sounded, because I just like, yo, the man a Jamaican, but him sound like him is an R&B singer, you know? So it just really created that sound for me to be who I am today.
I tell me everything what you feeling. So me say, bring it pussy and go, stop playing.
The first time I heard my song on the radio was one of the most amazing thing, because I feel like every artist's goal is to actually can just drive in a car and hear the music I play. You know what I mean? So after me get up one morning and just hear my song on at 97 at the time, I was like, yo, I'm over here, you know what I'm saying? So the feeling of just being in a space where you was just considered a regular kid 2 days ago to 3 million people listening to you was one of the greatest feeling, and there's no word to explain it. I feel like the only feeling like hearing my song on the radio for the first time is like having a child. Yeah.
Again, make me jokey and bend over and them put it on ground. You know, say me want put it on you. Just bring the
woman. You know, I love woman a lot, and they influence me a lot. I don't think I'll be Kranium without woman. You know, so I would definitely say before Kranium became that, what kept me going was like, I just love a woman react to my voice. I used to just sing and woman used to be like, oh my God, he's so cute. I said, oh, no, blind. Music really blinding, and like when I even can't say clear, is that bad? Alright, cool. This is what I'm gonna use to be my my go-to thing for, like, you know what I mean, cheer up my old self. You know, sometimes you just have a day and just call your friend and be like, yeah, sing, oh my God, your voice is so sweet. You be like, yeah, this is it. So it definitely, I give woman 99.999% of the success driven in me, you know, yeah.
pussy and come. Now tell me no fuck, we just broke it and done. What you mean you want cool down? The type of pum you away every man love.
You're not beneficial until you're beneficial. And I feel like a lot of people don't know to understand that. If you don't put yourself in a situation where you become beneficial, you will never be taken as serious as you want to be taken. And there's nothing wrong with being on the outside where people be like, yo, it's not your time yet. You know what I mean? Because we have to understand that everybody want the best of themselves. You know what I mean? And I only want to work with the best. I don't know. I don't try to lie to myself. I never lie to myself. I don't pretend. If I reach out to a specific person who I know is in certain position that can help me, and they feel like they're not giving me the look that I want at the time, I never ever take it personal. I understood at a very early stage that people time is very valuable, and people have film dreams to fulfill just as you, and you just need to work up to get to that point where it become a beneficial trade-off. So you're not beneficial until you're beneficial. And as an artist, what I've learned too is that nobody care about the artist, but everybody care about the hit song. Once you can understand that, you're good. Yeah.
Go home, go bed. I meditate, I deal with it away. Your body come down, man, now feel it. We have to fuck now.
Ed Sheeran, Shape of You remix. A lot of people thought that was fake. They didn't know it was actually a real thing, but I actually worked on that record, and it was really challenging for me because I remember Ed. Imagine Vice a record for somebody like that at that time that sent you a record and tell you that, yo, I believe in you. Redo this. You know what I mean? I think you could do better than this. And then I have to go back in the studio and be like, yo, Jano, I don't want to miss up the opportunity. You know what I mean? And then go back in the studio and actually like sit down, take a deep breath, drink some water, go see a girl and come back and sing a good verse. Yeah.
Thing I can't delay. You say your man now make your ball fi pay. I hope you know that make you fornicate. Me no want hear you talk about.
The song is basically talking about you have guys who have women on the side, like side chicks. I don't like to call women side chicks personally. I think that is such a dumb word to use. I think it's very low. But it's basically talking about man who don't know how to keep an order in their relationship. So if you decide to step out, at least have manners from both sides. That's basically what that's about.
Oh my God, call my name. Bring it pussy and go. Stop playing your game, make me jokey and.
You know what's funny? Lately I've been realizing how much I've created a lane. Like I'm not the type of person who go on interviews and be like, yo, I started this, or I don't think I started anything in that sense. But I think that the level that I've took it to, it wasn't there before. You know what I mean? Like that slow, sexy, raw, raunchy R&B dancehall. And that happened just by me being a kid who lived in Jamaica and migrate to New York City. So it happened naturally. So I'm just doing it not thinking, oh, I'm trying to do this. But when I hear other artists, young artists singing that sound, like you could hear a song and just know, say, oh, that boy, you know, you can't know say Kranium, I'm artist, you know what I mean? That make me feel good, 100%. I don't think about it, I just do it as I go along. Yeah.
Bend over and them put it on ground. You know, say me want put it on you. Just bring the pussy and come.
I really truly believe that most artists fail to understand that music is a thing that changes on a daily basis. So you have to stay consistent and don't panic. I've never panicked. I swear to you, I've never in my life panicked once. Ever since I've been in music, I've never yet been like, yo, I need to do this. Never. You know what I mean? I've always been honest to myself. And I've always trust people to do their job. So if I'm doing a shoot, for example, even if I have certain thing I don't like, I would rather try it first and then be like, oh, I don't like it. But I let people to be creative in their own space to actually help me to be creative on mine. You get where I'm coming from? So I don't go in a studio and tell a producer how to produce a record, because that's your job. I don't know how to produce. I just know to sing. You see me? And the minute that I understood that, I feel like that's what makes Kranium be Kranium. So I don't lose a sound, or I don't sound like I'm trying to live in a time period that I used to be in. Does that make sense? I always make sure that I make who is in the creative position in their job, do their job, and I do mine, and then at the end of it, I figure it out. And I feel like that is my strong point in music.
Me no fuck, we just break it and done. What you mean you want cool down? The type of boom boom you away every man love.
I don't know if I could say it, but good. Yeah. It was the hardest thing to do at the time. That was one of the hardest records to actually convince label and just convince people that this was gonna go. It was one of the most hardest songs to work. If you look on YouTube, I think I have 3 videos for that song, because nobody really believed in it much like me and the team believe in it. I was traveling a lot and the sound was like, man, I say, yo, I need to do something different. My name is Kranium for a reason. Not Kranium doesn't mean my head is big. It just mean that I'm creatively always in my brain. Just I think what things to do. When I did the Wizkid and the Ty Dolla on that record, it was very hard to convince a lot of people that this was a song, and it took a very long time for them to catch on because that song came out 2 years after it was actually recorded. So just imagine how much ups and downs I go through trying to convince people that this is the record. And when I see the record come be over 100 million stream, I told you so. You know that type of vibe. So to answer the question, it was one of the most amazing time of my life. Wizkid was really starting to be Wizkid, and Ty Dolla was starting to be Ty Dolla, and Kranium was just starting to be Kranium. So it was such a youthful, you know what I mean, link up at the time. Just three different youth from three different culture with three different sound, but one aim and one destination. And I feel like that was that's one of the most memorable magical songs that I've done. Yeah. That's like asking me which one of my kids I love the most. You know, it's like that's not even I can't even answer that, to be honest with you, because each song have their own unique creative process, and each song have their own purpose that they serve in different time period of my life and what I'm going through. Because each song is an emotion of how you feel. Yeah. New or old, because it's very important if it's new or old.
We have to do it often. Make you feel your dream, one man in your bum bum. I know meet and greet. It is what we have for.
An old song, no matter what, I will never skip it. Bob Marley feature Lauryn Hill, 20 Lights Long Low.
Feeling she like being deceiving. I tell me everything what she feeling. No, so me say.
New song. You know what's funny? Don't laugh. Yo, for some weird reason, this is so far left, but I don't know why. She's a Fairy just so annoying but catchy to me. Like, yo, that song they catchy and just like, I don't know what is annoying in the ears, but I love it because it shows that music you can just have fun and it just works. You know what I mean? You don't have to overthink it. I think that's what it is for me. And I can't fight it. No matter how much I fight it, I can't. I was like, yo, this song is so dumb. Then I'm like, yo, this is actually creatively smart. Do you remember Ring Ding 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 Da? It's like one of those stuff. It's like, yo, it's so catchy in the ear. So, yeah, that song there.
You know, say me want put it on you. Just bring the pussy and come. No tell me no fuck, we just break it and done.
Oh my God, I can't starfish. Like, that's a classic. I can't starfish with dumpling. Listen to me. Like, that is like morning, noon, and night. I love I can't starfish. I don't know, but it's one of the greatest things. It's funny, I only eat chicken now. And I don't really eat. I haven't had dark meat and all that stuff in a while. So I could even tell you, but I used to love oxtail back in the days. Yeah, when me eat some oxtail, rice and peas and rub my big toe, I sleep from now till the morning. I tell you know them food it is good, you just like rub your two of them together. You know, I'll socks them, everything twist up, you know what I mean? But I can't starfish definitely.
Bend over and them put it on ground. You know, say me want put it on you. Just bring the pussy and come, no tell me no.
When I went in the studio to work with Usher, the reason why it was one of the proudest moments for me was because we all as artists have one artist that we all look up to. And I wasn't disappointed when I met him and have a great conversation with him. And I have to put two. That is a great moment because the reason why I said that, because at that time too, why it's so important to me, because at that time I was going through so much. And I met somebody who was going through so much that tell me that way I got through his joke thing. You know, like, yeah, I understand you're going through stuff, but let me explain something to you, young man, and start telling me some things. That is was very important to me because it shaped my mind and how I deal with the drama that comes with music. But wholeheartedly, when Nobody Else Know became gold in America, that was like, I could do it one time, I could do it again. And now I'm on to my 10 plaque. Yeah.